What is up, everyone? We've got ourselves a post from Mind Magus today called Identifying Imaginative Feelings and Emotions. So, and did we just, yes, the Revision in Groundhog Day, we just did that one. That's also by the same OP. He's back again. So, folks, this one is for anyone that struggles like I did with knowing, am I doing this right? Or how do I know what I'm imagining is correct? Or anything along those lines. While contemplating this idea, I allowed myself to remember a memory simply for the sake of observing how I personally feel emotions and tones of reality in my mind. What I realized was that the same way I felt remembered a memory and observed the emotions come up was the same way I should be projecting my imaginal act to achieve my wish fulfilled. This journey is insanely personal and unique. Sure, someone else's methods might work for you, but at the end of the day, only you know what goes on within because that is your own personal domain. For the longest time, I got caught up on Neville's feel it with all tones of reality until I realized we all experience reality differently. His feelings of reality may vastly differ from my own, or they may be exactly the same, but we might describe them differently. Words can only do so much when it comes to portraying what we feel within. Trust yourself that you're doing the work correctly to the best of your ability. Only you can know what is truly best for you. Cheers. And I had a post a while ago that was along these lines as well. Like, trust that you know that you're doing it right. That is one of the biggest hacks, I think, when it comes to visualization or when it comes to affirming. Don't question yourself so much. You have to lean into that self-trust. Now, Faye 1701 writes, excellent post. People stress too much about feeling it real, methods, affirming, dissecting every word Neville said or wrote. Everyone is different. We all process things differently, and what works for you won't work for me since we all have different minds and beliefs. I always say, find your power with manifesting and stick to it. There are no rules. Limitations come from ourselves. So Rare Protection 1488 says, I made the revelation that I'm not attempting to simply create the feeling I think is attached. What I need to do is create the memory which induces said emotion. I got so caught up in trying to figure out how I'd feel and getting it right that I wasn't simply just letting the emotions arise. Yes, that is what stops people with visualization, I feel like. Getting too caught up, that's why this is such a great post, remembering a memory, the emotions will naturally come up. So it's like when you don't get so caught up in feeling it real. I think I've mentioned this. I definitely have mentioned this before, but not recently. It's like lately I've been talking more about affirming, and this is visualization. And it's just with visualization, you need to just, the same way that you would remember something, remembering a scene, think about it like that. Think about it from that frame of mind. You are remembering this. It has already happened. Remember the imaginal act. Allow the memory of it, the visuals, the sensory impressions, the same way. In fact, I think it would be useful to remember a scene that actually did happen to you, right? But then they're saying, imagine it, in the previous post, we had about revision, revise it in your mind as you're remembering it, but with the twist. So let's say today you went to the grocery store. You were in the grocery aisle. You were in the produce section picking out tomatoes. You're picking out the ripest one on the vine, the ripest of the bunch. But instead of being by yourself, who was with you? Your SP was with you. You're remembering that scene first in your mind, looking at the tomatoes, inspecting them, going to the side, looking at the organic. Should I buy conventional? Should I buy organic? You're remembering that whole thing. Do I want a hothouse tomato? Because I'm making sandwiches tonight. Or should I make a salad? Should I go with the Roma? But now, instead of you asking these questions yourself, you're asking your bae, you're asking your SP, yo, what are we doing tonight? We doing sandwiches? Because you already know how hothouse are the best for the sandwiches. He's like, yeah, I was going to make you a sandwich later. I don't know, have a little bit of fun with it while you're doing it too, is the thing. And just imagine that, recall that memory now of you're there with your SP. And that is one way that I think that we can very, very nicely and gently allow this feel it with all the tones of reality to come about for us. It's like transition from the actual memory to now the redone memory, the revised memory. And I think I think we just stumbled on something that is actually very, very useful, for this process of imagining with the tones of reality. So now the last couple comments are very well written and pointed out. And then the last comment here is, yeah, I agree. The way we worry about the future or regret something from the past, we are engaging in an imaginal act and inducing those horror, shame, doubt-based feelings in the now. We can use that analogy to deliberately imagine positive things we want to experience. And as we imagine deeply, we generate those positive feelings in the now as well. The worrying is often unconscious. The visioning is deliberate imagining. Yeah, of course. That's just, they're pointing out how this can happen in the negative, and it happens to us all the time whenever we're worrying. Talking about inducing those horror, shame, doubt-based feelings. Deliberately imagine the positive things. Absolutely. Shift your attention to the positive, always. Anyways, guys, I like this post. Mind Magus is on a bit of a roll here. He's heating up, in the words of Beer Pong. Let's see if he can get on fire, and if there's a third post he's got for us. We'll see. But anyways, guys, with that being said, much love. Thanks for watching as usual. And yeah, drop me a like, drop me a comment. Let me know what you guys think about this. Have you guys used revision yourselves? Do you guys have experience with this? And what do you guys think about, the act of the method of remembering it, using it as a memory, and then shifting that memory into the new memory that you'd like to have? If you were going to create a brand new scene as well, it's like you can still remember an event from the day. Maybe you try to remember something similar. Let's say that you wanted to perform somewhere. You could imagine a time where you were on stage, but then imagine that instead of that stage, you're at Coachella. You're on the stage in front of Coachella, in front of the Coachella audience. How's that for a transfer to feel it real, feel the tones of reality, and a revision right there? Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think about this. Like I said, I would love to hear any of your thoughts, any of your success stories with this. And with that being said, much love. Hit me with subscribe if you have not done so already, and I'll see you guys next time.